two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the outskirts of the nation's capital. It's Northwest Stadium in Landover, the home of the Commanders. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
The veteran kicker Graham Gano puts it on the tee. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
And even though he's just a rookie, Mike, I think it's safe to say Jaden Daniels, he is one of the most dynamic athletes that we have in the entire NFL at the quarterback position. And on top of that, he's not a one-dimensional player. Yes, he's going to make splash plays with his feet, and he's going to make some highlight reel plays. But he is a quarterback. He can make every throw. He's got great arm talent. If he can continue to find the balance between those two aspects, he's got a chance not to have just success today, but he has a chance to have success for a long time in this league.
They face second down and 7. Play action. Here's Daniels. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
On third down, they'll throw with Daniels. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. That's 17 yards, and that's a first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
A run here with the veteran. It's Austin Eckler. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's second and 2. He'll give it to Eckler on the option, and he'll get forward for about a yard. That's Bobby Okereke there for the stop. Now a third and 2. Third and 2, and here's Daniels. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Well, Mike, the other day we heard how the offensive coordinator wanted to start fast offensively, but here so far, it's been the pass rush and the defense who's gotten out to the quick start.
On fourth down, the Commanders going to send out their veteran Tress Way to punt. Amir Smith-Marset goes back to return it. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Locke. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
We met with them the other day, Mike, and the offensive coordinator, he went out of his way. He was adamant that they felt really good early in this game. There was a lot of things on this opening script they could do to attack this defense. Well, needless to say, I don't think giving up a sack on the first play was what he had in mind, and now they face a 2nd and long. They got to get back on track.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll run here with the rookie. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Locke to throw. Now a screen set up for Tracy. It is a gain of 16. They get the 3rd down conversion by about a yard.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll go to the ground, and here's Tracy on 1st down. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. That's going to be caught by Darius Slayton. Second down and 3. On the zone read, a give to Tracy. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
From the gun on 3rd down is Locke. And that will be incomplete. They could not hook up on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. So on 4th down, out is Jamie Gillen to punt for the Giants. Olamide Zaccheaus deep to return. And this is going to work out for him. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Commanders' offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. That one complete to Brian Robinson.
All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. He's fighting, and he'll have the first down. Up around the 22. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And this ball batted away and incomplete.
That's one of those plays where you come off the field, Mike, and you're getting a lot of high fives. Hey, good job. But then that secondary's coach pulls you over to the side and says, hey, nice play. But next time, let's come away with the pick.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Robinson. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. The lane closed quickly, and here comes third down. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Giants offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Slayton is the man in motion. Off the play fake. It's locked. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play. Still searching for our first points of the half. We'll be back just outside the nation's capital after this. A second down throw for Locke. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Here's 3rd and 2. Locke out of the shotgun. Open man, that's Slayton. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
On first down is Locke. He'll let this go towards the end zone. Marshawn Lattimore all over that. Gets a hand in there to knock it away.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
On second down, Locke. This one is hauled in by Daniel Bellinger. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Locke to throw on 1st and 10. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass falls incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. Now Locke. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
Gano's kick is good. And the Giants get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Here comes a return from the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense going to take over just before the half. The offense is a little slow to start percolating. 3-0 the score as they begin this drive with a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. That's complete. John Bates, the tight end. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Daniels now going to look to throw. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And they'll have a first down and definitely in field goal range now, down at the 20-yard line. Now Daniels. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And the Commanders have got a first and goal coming up. He's out of bounds at the 9-yard line. 11 yards as they move the chains. So it took just 3 plays, but just like that, they have first and goal. Daniels gonna throw again. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on. And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So the late field goal brings us level. Final few seconds before halftime as the kick's away. He'll take it in at the goal line. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So just a pair of field goals in that first half. It is 3-3 at the break as we get you down to Florida. Orlando specifically. It's where the coach is. Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our halftime report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Still in search of our first touchdown of the game. We are tied at 3 as we begin quarter number 3. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Giants offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start first and 10. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Frankie Louvu there to make the play defensively. Here's 2nd and 9. Lock to throw. He's got his man, that's Slayton. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. To throw is Locke. Connects with his big tight end, man Hurts. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 30. A carry here for Tracy. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Frankie Louvu there to make the play defensively. Second and 7. From the gun, it's Locke. Here's a shot toward the end zone.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
Have to get this to the 20. Here's 3rd down. To throw is Locke. That is caught. What a throw. Wan'Dale Robinson. Touchdown, Giants.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. Now it's Graham Gano for the PAT. The kick is good. And the Giants take a 10-3 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This returnable from the 4. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Commanders' offense ready for their first possession of this second half. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start 1st and 10. That one knocked away and incomplete. Deonte Banks right there with the good coverage to knock it away.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
Third and 9. From the shotgun on third down, Daniels. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They run this straight ahead with Eckler. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Daniels going to keep this himself. He's going nowhere. Going to lose yardage on that play.
The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause havoc, and that's exactly what happened here.
On third down, they'll throw with Daniels. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Commanders set to kick this one away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. Here's the Giants offense. Now they get set to take over once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. On the give, it's Tracy. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
Locked to throw on first down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
A run here with Tracy on 2nd down. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple-possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
Quick throw, taken in. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. On the ground, here's Tracy. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
They'll run with Tracy. And he'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. Now it's Tracy looking to run. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. First and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. They'll drop to throw. Open man, right side. He's got it. Now the Commanders will use their third and final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. Line of scrimmage, the 2-yard line. It's third down and goal. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. just 1 second, all that remains in the football game as the kick is away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Here we go. One final play. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So a road win here for the Giants. A bit of a surprise, this one on paper. You figure this would have been a difficult assignment, trying to win away from home against a team of this caliber. No problems, though. They find a way to get it done. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.